parent and you didn't hear me before, we would love your feedback on camp from a parent's perspective. So please scan this QR code and give us your feedback. Otherwise, we do have the QR code up at the front if you want to scan that a little bit later. So a little bit about Heavy Metal Summer Experience. This is really a camp intended to expose high schoolers to the trades. So sheet metal, piping, plumbing. Some businesses also have electrical. We do not do electrical. They explore the trades. They get hands-on experience. They get to work alongside tradespeople and really kind of experience what they do on a daily basis. You can see in the lower right-hand corner here that we are the first camp in the state of Wisconsin. We're really proud of that. It originated mostly on the West Coast, and we've been slowly moving the camps a little bit towards the Midwest, and we're really proud to have one in Wisconsin. A little bit about Tweet Garrett. We are a fourth-generation family-owned business. We are a mechanical contractor. We do things like HVAC and plumbing. We have $240 million in revenue a month or a year. A year. We have 660 employees. And we work in about 41 states. You can see a map of the United States. We work all over the country. And then up in the upper right-hand corner is a little pie chart about the work that we do. Most of our work is in manufacturing and healthcare. I'm going to share with you today a little bit of an overview of our Wrightstown facility. We unfortunately decided to have this experience here in De Pere. It's a lot more comfortable rather than being in our shop when it's 85 degrees outside or there's thunderstorms or something. We thought this was a little bit more weather controlled. So I'm going to share with you a little video of where your campers have spent their last 6 weeks. Yeah.
I don't think Gemma can.
sorry that you guys all couldn't see that facility, but wanted to give you guys a little bit of a flavor for where the campers spent the last few weeks. So a big shout out to our committee. I'll actually have them stand. Those are volunteers here. We had a whole committee of people who really worked on this. If you guys want to stand up in your orange or yellow shirts. We had Paige Vandenack, Sue Piat, Nicole Edge, Carter Larson, Greg Fleischman, Kyle Schneider, Charlie Browner, David Brazali, and Joe Delabrew were on our committee. So a big thank you to them, as well as our camp leads. We had apprentices. Thank you. Our camp leads, we had an apprentice paired up with 4 campers for the entire 6 weeks. And I think that was an amazing connection point for our campers. So a big thank you to Connor and Tanner are in back there. Our other campers couldn't make it. So Hunter and Tristan are out somewhere else, but they wish they could be here and they're really excited to participate in the activity. Also a big thank you to Local 18 and Local 400. Both of our local union partners sent their training instructors for our project days, which was amazing, super helpful, especially as people are really learning new things. It was very helpful to have instructors there along the way. So a big thank you to them. Also, we have a whole list of people who were able to donate to the program. Wanted to give a good shout out to them. We really appreciate HMSE. That's a national organization. I'm going to let Angie talk about that in a little bit. They were super supportive in us getting started. We partnered with the Boys and Girls Club from both Menasha and Green Bay. That was a fantastic experience, really trying to give kids exposure when they maybe wouldn't have had exposure elsewhere. And then a big thank you to the MCA and SMACNA chapters locally. They were responsible for getting the safety shoes donated for everybody. So that was really appreciated as well. And then we have some guest speakers today. As I mentioned, Angie Simon is here with us from HMSE. So Angie, if you want to come up and say a few words, we really appreciate all of the work that they've put in. They've made this camp super easy for companies like Tweet Garrett to host this. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, all of you, for completing this and getting to graduation. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a good experience. And thank you very much to the parents for allowing your kids to be in this. I think they really are going to gain a lot from this. Just to understand their options. Just a little history. We got a little history already on HMSE. The program has really grown. This is our 4th summer. The first summer was just my company. I was with Western Alley Mechanical. I was president of a mechanical contracting firm. We decided to run a camp, and a friend of mine up in Seattle said, let's do it together. So we each ran camps. And that was the start of Heavy Metal Summer Experience, and that was in 21. So every summer we went from 2 camps to 11 camps to 21 camps, and this summer we have 40 camps with almost 600 kids across the United States and Canada. So it's definitely, I retired 2 years ago, but I'm not retired anymore. I'm failing at that. So it's definitely taken off, but I think it's because there's such a need, and it's such a great career to be in the construction trade. I mean, there's a lot you can do in construction, and you learned a little bit of it today, but you know, college is not for everybody. It's great, and if you want to go to college, then and you want to major in something that is in construction, that's even better, because then you can do that as well. But construction, I mean, there's so many careers that have a really good career. There's so many options that are really good career, and construction's one of them. I mean, you can work in construction. You start when you're 19 or 20 in our trade, in our unionized trade. By the time you're 55, you can fully retire, pretty much. I mean, if you work there from the time that you started. So and it pays well, and we are right now in the United States, there's over 600,000 construction jobs that are unfilled. We anticipate 40% of the trades to retire in the next 5 to 7 years. We're already short 600,000, and we expect 40% to retire. So there's so much work in the trades right now, and there's so much availability, and we really need people who are interested in doing it. So that's one of the reasons that kind of motivated us to get this started. And we rely, though, Heavy Metal Summer Experience is just kind of there as the guidance to kind of help. We put a playbook together, we help design some projects, and we share the projects. But we rely on host camps like Tweet Garrett, who did an amazing job this summer. For the first camp, I mean, they knocked it out of the park. They've got 16 kids and just did an excellent job. I mean, those grills, I wish I could take one home with me. But really, really good job. And what we also look for is the other camps, when they come up with a new project, they send it to us, we put it in the playbook, so we have more projects in the playbook. Our goal was to make it easy for them. Everybody got some Red Wing boots from Red Wing, right? So that was kind of fun. We coordinate all that. And then we work with great partners on the national level, like Milwaukee and DeWalt. Milwaukee donated 300 tool bags, and DeWalt donated 300 tool bags to our organization this year. So those tool bags that you've got, and you've got the Milwaukee ones, have an impact drill and a battery and a charger and a bunch of hand tools in there. A nice set of tools. So the partners are there. And the reason the partners are behind us, and SMART and SMACNA have been huge donors. MCA and UA have also been huge donors. They're behind us because we need you. We need you in our trades. So if you're interested, I know that you can also do apprenticeship things in high school from this, I understand, in this state. I'm from California, so we don't have that. But again, remember that when you get out of high school, there's a job waiting for you if you guys want to do it, because the experience you got here will help you get into the trade. So I do thank you. Thank you very much, Sweet Garrett, for all the work you guys did to host this. We wouldn't be successful without host camps. So, and now you can always say you were the first in Wisconsin, because I hear rumor there might be more coming up, but I'm excited that you were the first. So thank you very much. That's why I said, and I'm going to come. I amazingly flew on Friday from California to come to La Crosse because I have relatives, but I managed to get here even with all that Microsoft issues and stuff. So, but I wanted to come to their first graduation. But thank you all for being here. I really want to remind the parents, if you haven't done the QR code and give us we're looking for feedback. And I think most of you guys did it. I think maybe when you came in late, maybe later you could go on your phone and do that. But we're just looking for feedback. The more we can get, the more feedback we get, the better we can get next year and help the next camp. So, but thank you again for allowing your students to come. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Angie. All right, and then next we're going to have Scott Kanoki from Local 18 come and say a few words as well, our sheet metal partner. Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Hope. So I had about a 12-page report I was going to read. I didn't want to bore you to death, so I'm just kidding. First and foremost, really have to tip the hat here to Sweet Garrett. Amazing, right? To have a partnership like this. I've been involved with other volunteer projects, so I understand the legwork, but to have over a year invested to pull this off and to have such a great success that it has been, really hats off to Sweet Garrett. To have a great partnership like that really says a lot. It does. One thing I really wanted to add, and it was just speaking with Aaron Cron, the coordinator for the Fox Valley Training Center, just earlier. He couldn't believe the level of enthusiasm from the campers. Just how excited you guys were to come in, to get dirty, right? To get your hands on, to learn something. That speaks volumes. And for me, I'm going to date myself. I've got 35 years in this trade and industry. To see the youth come in and be that excited about getting into the building trades, and this is what it's all about. Angie stole a lot of the thunder here today with all the stats, but she's correct. There is a huge demand out there, and it's one thing that I see as the president business manager for Local 18. So we cover the whole state of Wisconsin, other than the top 4 counties. So 68 out of the 72 counties in Wisconsin is Local 18's jurisdiction. We have just shy of 4,900 members working in 9 major areas across the state with multiple training facilities. So you guys got to witness this area, which is great, but it's one part of a big part, right? Work will move from here to there. Our members are able to work anywhere in the state. And I think that's one thing that might be missed, I guess, with the public, right? The portability of becoming a journeyman, being able to take that skill set anywhere once you complete it. How long do I have here?
30 more seconds.
That's it? Okay. One quick story, personal story I want to share with you. No, I really mean it. My grandfather was an immigrant, came from Germany, 1957. Brought his family, my mother one of them, she was 12, 2 other siblings, couldn't speak the language, but he was a journeyman tool and die maker, okay? He learned by Mercedes-Benz, you might have heard of the company. Came to America, Sheboygan, Wisconsin, my hometown. It was hard right away as a journeyman. Even though he couldn't speak the language, he had the skill set. He had his card. He had the completion. That's just a segment of the portability of what the building trades can bring you. When you have that journeyman status, it goes with you. No one can take it from you. Now, I'm not knocking a 4-year college. It's not for everyone. That's a good path too. It really is. And actually, I liked your idea, Angie. Where yeah, go ahead, do that, and bring it over to us. Great idea. Great idea. Cannot overstate that enough. The portability of becoming a master at your trade, and the beauty of the apprenticeship program in general. So, can anybody tell me what state started the modern day apprenticeship? It's Wisconsin. Okay. The modern apprenticeship started here in 1911. It took 27 years for another state to pick up on it. So that should tell you just how advanced we are with our apprenticeship program compared to anybody in the nation. Not knocking California, sorry, Angie, but I'm just saying, it's something that as a lifelong Wisconsinite, I'm very proud of that. Very proud of that stat that the modern day apprenticeship, what we're talking about here today, the goals, the future, it was born right here, and it took 27 years for another state to pick up on it. So that really does put us ahead of the game. Um, Try to thank everybody involved. Obviously, the boots, that's really cool that you guys got boots out of this deal. They're not cheap. Um, who else am I missing? You pretty much hit everybody. So keep up the good work. One thing that's always stated is the skilled building trades is the best kept secret out there. And I always hated that statement. Shouldn't be a secret, right? You guys are proof that it's not a secret. So my job or my question to you is to go to your friends, tell them your experience, tell them how cool this was. Give them the resources to reach out. That's one thing I didn't have in 1989 when I graduated high school. Okay, I asked my guidance counselor about the building trades. Well, I'll just go to the tech college and figure it out. That's where it ended. You should go to college. Well, my sister went to college. I didn't want to go to college. Nothing wrong with college. It wasn't for me. I like building stuff. Um, Figured it out on my own, luckily, and was a pre-apprentice, became an apprentice, journeyman, foreman, and now I work full time, representing almost 4,900 members in this great state. So your goals are right in front of you. Anything you want, you can have. It's there. It's real. The demand is real. Spread the word. It shouldn't be a secret. And that's all I have for you today.
Thank you. All right, and then last we have Dustin Delsman from Local 400, our pipe fitters and plumbers partner.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Hope mentioned, my name is Dustin Delsman. I'm here on behalf of Local 400 Plumbers and Steam Fitters. Scott hit a lot of the points on the head. Angie hit a lot of the points on the head. But do want to start out with a thank you to Hope Boyd and her team, not only here internally at Tweak Garrett, the volunteers, the external instructors from 18 and 400 to help you campers get to today, get that certificate. I was walking around some of the tables back there, looking at them with Tanner and Connor and Jeremy a little bit. I mean, just some well fabricated grills, some piping back there, the heat stove or the wood stove, even got some Tweak Garrett etching in there. So some really nice projects. But again, kudos to you, Hope, and your team for putting this together. Secondly, I want to extend a vote of gratitude to the sponsors, the guardians, the parents, right? It may or may not be your decision for these campers at the end of the day. And I mean this professionally, but sometimes the tallest hurdles out there in the construction industry is the mom or the dad or the guardian saying, no, I don't want you to go be a tradesperson, be a welder, be a plumber, be a sheet metal worker. Kind of to what Scott had mentioned earlier, the opportunities are there. There's never been a better time for these campers, whether they're your kids or you're sponsoring them, to get into the trade. The demand is there now. It's going to be there going forward. I would almost say these jobs or these careers, I'll call them a career instead of a job, are somewhat resistant and reliant to any recession coming our way. We still need people to put pipe in, ductwork, air handling units, chillers, boilers, you name it. We're going to need those hands, men and women both alike, out in the field doing that. So again, kudos to you, parents and guardians. Lastly, to you campers, congratulations. Job well done. Again, you've got some great opportunities in front of you. Even if you don't decide to go down one of these career paths today, tomorrow, in a year or two, they're not going anywhere. You may circle back to us or one of the other trade group industries. Buildings are going to keep getting built, and as such, they need to be maintained, worked on, kept up and running. So there's different paths you can take down that way as well. I believe you toured our training facility real quick. We're a couple miles down the road from the Tweak Garrett Wrightstown shop, right down Highway 41. I believe there you met DJ Cloyda, so he's our youth apprentice coordinator. I don't want to thump too hard for youth apprenticeships, but we do have a local 400 member in the room today in the crowd. I won't name names. And they have their child here as one of the campers, as a youth apprentice, employed at local 400, working day in and day out with pipe cutters, beveling and prep machines, getting that head start ahead of that high school diploma, receiving that high school diploma, and then hopefully jumping into that registered apprenticeship program. So, and again, coupling on to what Scott said, you got the great state of Wisconsin here, home of the apprenticeship. We offer 4 of them. They're all 5 years in length. They all pay the same, and contract, Tweet Garrett being one of the main players in those apprenticeships. So again, congratulations, campers. A few tips and tricks going forward. Be available. To be available, you got to be accountable. What does that mean? Be there every day, on time, do what's asked of you to do, right? Work on your employability skills, whatever career path you go down between today and entering that workforce. Be a good crew member, be a good teammate. We all got to be at work. Maybe some days are worse than others. There's never a bad day, but try and bring the very best attitude you can. That's going to go a long way with your apprentices, journeymen, foremen, superintendents, right? You want to be the individual that's getting picked to go work on the next project, and so on and so forth. You want to be the one that's getting picked for the next apprenticeship. And by all means, whatever you do, and you probably heard this from some of the instructors in different shops and different training centers, do the best job you can do as safely as you can do it, right? Safety is paramount. If you don't know, ask the question, get the help you need. There's apprentices there, journeymen, like I say, foreman, superintendent, project managers. And so with that, I'll cap it off. On behalf of Local 400, our faculty, our staff, and our over 2,500 members, congratulations, campers, on a job well done.
All right. So many times over the last 6 weeks, people ask me, how is it going? And to you campers here, you have made this such an enjoyable experience. So I really appreciate all of your participation, and the fact that you showed up every day, really loving this experience. So you guys were enthusiastic. You asked great questions. I just couldn't have asked for a better first group. So really, truly, thank you guys. We'll go ahead and call everybody up one by one. If Scott and Dustin and Angie want to come on up. Angie, you want to come on up too? We'll get some photos as you guys come up one by one. We'll start with Jeremiah.
We'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
Want to be in the picture or under the picture page?
We get a picture. Here we go. Like this.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right. Logan Rutledge.
Good job. There you go.
Jeremiah.
Congratulations. Good job, Jeremiah. Jeremiah, thank you. Way to go.
Terry Finley.
Congratulations.
Clara Hollister.
Congratulations.
Maximus Hines. Killian Meyer.
Well done.
Carter Lacrosse. Hayden Rogers. Jeff Phillips.
Great job, Jeff. Thank you.
And last but not least, Jack Sosnowski. Congratulations. So for all the parents and guardians, you guys will get a copy of the pictures. So we'll make sure to send those out. So just a couple more notes before we release everybody to food and checking out the project. Again, thank you so much for being great campers. Thank you for participating in this experience. Thank you guys for supporting and letting your kids participate in the experience, as well as getting them there to camp. I know transportation is probably always a problem, but as a taxi driver myself, I know it becomes a pain in the butt. So I really appreciate you guys making the dedication to getting the kids there. Also, everybody's projects are displayed in the back, so please go take a look at those projects, admire their handiwork. They'll get to take them home after they're done today. And then we do have a booth set up in the back with our labor coordinators and HR. If anybody wants to learn more about apprenticeships or just employment at Tweet Garrett in general, they're there to answer questions. So feel free to ask questions. We do have a little video with kind of some overview of camp, some videos, pictures. We're just gonna loop that. So as you guys are walking around, or if you grab food and you want to sit down and take a look at the video, it's about 3 to 4 minutes long, and we'll just keep looping it. So, and with that, thank you guys for coming. Enjoy food, enjoy the project, and you guys have a great rest of your summer. Yeah, come on up. You can do my chair, bring it with you, whatever. Just make it, you can decide whatever. You gonna organize it? Yeah.
Switch in the middle here. Fill it in here. All right. 3, 2, can you switch over just a second? All right. 3, 2, 1.
Stay there.
We'll be on each side, right?
Sneak in.
Okay. We're gonna see. I'm gonna kind of see.
Oh, you have whatever. Your call.
All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you guys. All right.
Thank you.
So hopefully I wasn't blocking the road. Okay. All right.
And then hey,
Cool.